Many people love to ski, but not many people love waiting in line for the chairlift. Most of the large ski resorts have high speed lifts with at least 4 seats per chair, but a smaller resort that's struggling to survive in the industry needs to evaluate if its customers are waiting in line too long. If the mean wait time on a weekend day is more than 7 minutes, they feel they must spend money to update the chairlift. Hopefully they don't make a type 1 error, or else it's all downhill from there. A random sample of 20 skiers and their wait times yielded a mean of 7.53 minutes with standard deviation at 2.33 minutes. Is this evidence that the overall mean wait time exceeds 7 minutes? In the next video, we're going to perform the full write-up, but for now, let's look at 3 ways to determine if we should reject the null. The alternative hypothesis is mu greater than 7 minutes, and we'll assume at the start that the null is true and that the mean of the sampling distribution equals 7 minutes. We'll use the significance level of 0.05. In a normal distribution, our test statistic would be z equals 1.645. But we must use a t-distribution that accounts for the additional sampling error resulting from using s in place of sigma. We look to the t-distribution with 19 degrees of freedom, finding that t star equals 1.729. This is the quickest, easiest approach if one does not have the calculator. The AP-STAT formula sheet reminds us how to calculate our test statistic. We get t equals 1.017, not extreme enough, so we fail to reject the null. A second approach would be to use the t-distribution version of the normal CDF. It's found by clicking second distribution and choosing option 6 instead of option 2. We enter the low and upper limits of the interval for which we want to find area or probability under the curve, type in 19 degrees of freedom, paste, and calculate. We get a p-value of just over 0.1609. Since the probability of a type 1 error exceeds 0.05, again, we fail to reject the null. The final way to calculate p-value and get a test statistic is to run a t-test on the calculator. Hit stat, go to test, choose option 2, tell it you have stats, and type in what we know and that the alternative hypothesis needs to be mu greater than 7. We get the same p-value of 0.1609, and we fail to reject the null.